Hi, Andy here from BodyFit, and today I wanted to show you a supplemental video that's going to help you out with the video that I put out with respect to stretching your hip flexor to help alleviate some low back pain. The reason I want to put this out is because there's a principle behind the functional movement system that says that if you're going to add length, so in other words, if you're going to stretch something, you have to add strength. So in other words, if you're going to lengthen one side, it's just going to shorten itself up again unless you do something about the opposing side. So today, with respect to stretching the hip flexor, I want to show you what you can do to also strengthen the glute muscle. So I've got Reggie here, and the first exercise he's going to do is just a split stance squat. Okay, so Reggie, I'm going to get you into neutral hip position first. So if you want to show the folks at home here what neutral hip means, in other words, you can tuck your bum back and then tuck your hips under. You want to show what that looks like? Okay, so now he's tucking his pelvis under, and if you were to go backwards, what's that look like? It's arching your back, okay? I do not want to see an arched back position here. Okay, so you tuck your pelvis under, and then from there, you're just going to drop that back knee straight down. And what I'm looking for essentially is somewhat of a straight line, or even a bit of an extended position here from the shoulder to the hip to the knee. And then you're going to come straight up again. What I want you to do, Reggie, is I want you to step a little bit further forward. So then this way that the knee is not going to go beyond the toe. Just drop that back leg straight down. Good. And straight back up again. Okay. When you do that, it puts the front hip flexor on stretch, and then it's actually shortening the hip on the opposite side. So then from there, what you're going to do is you'll flip it around, and then you're going to get balance amongst the hips. The next exercise I'm going to show you is a little bit easier because you're going to be lying on your back. You'll take yourself a green band here. These are just mini bands. You can find them pretty much anywhere. And green is a relatively light resistance. Reggie, I'm going to have you bring the band up to your knees, please. Okay. From there, you lie on your back, and then you're just going to have your feet about shoulder width apart, and then you're going to splay your knees a little bit more. From that position, you just rest your hands on the ground, and now you're going to elevate. You're going to lift your hips up and point them right to the ceiling, and then come down again. If you take a look at the angle of his hips here, bring yourself up, Reggie. So from his knee to his hip to his shoulder, he actually has a bit of an arch, which is pretty good because he's actually going to be lengthening this and strengthening his glutes. Okay? So that's what I want you to do. So instead of just stretching all the time, I want you to think that if you have to stretch all the time, what part do you have to strengthen? And usually it's going to be the antagonist, which is on the opposite side. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I hope you enjoy the video.